go. Let's rock out, man. Body. Yeah, me and Ron Rico hooked up to make a classic. Put your nose in it first, take it out the plastic. Fresh up out of your girl, my flow is out of this world. Drop back-to-back bangers, I know I'm making you earn. I'ma make me a profit, I know they want me to.
Welcome to the 34th edition of the Transparency Podcast. Man, 34. So many legendary players with that number. Shout out to Thurman Thomas, man.
34 Thurman Thomas. Shout out to Thurman Thomas. Shaquille O'Neal, though.
Yeah.
Shaq.
Shaq would have been too easy for me to say, though. You know what I mean?
Man, he's a champion. I mean, you said Scottie Pippen last episode.
Scottie Pippen. Yeah. But Shaq would have been like that Los Angeles Lakers.
It's a dominant.
Woo.
That
dude's
guy.
amazing. But yes, the 34th edition of the Transparency Podcast. We rolling, man. I go by the name of Big O. I got my guy Moody here. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm cool, man. You already know. We in the building here at the complex. You know how we do.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Man, this been a productive week of purpose, me understanding, staying consistent with my daily mental projects, growing in my beliefs, loving myself and controlling what I can control, and being respectful to life. Speaking of life, we have our first guest of season 2 here today, Trace O.
Yeah.
And he's going to bless us with his presence and discuss the keys to getting his life together and now conducting that Power Hour train. All aboard. But before we get into that, Moody, what do we got at the Content Complex?
Yo, man, it's like I said, man, it's been a good season here at the complex, man. We continue doing, dope, innovative stuff, man. We got photo shoots daily, of course. We're doing video shoots daily. We're working with a lot of people in the area, man. Shout out to the homie Dino. Shout out to County. Shout out to Baltimore Kev. Man, we popping up a lot of places, man. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know what I mean? So, we're doing skits here, like I said, daily. You know what I mean? Weekly. Continue to come up with just content on the fly. I'm just, continue to just build my catalog with my Moody Media.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Moody Media has been taking off. Shout out to everybody that have been supporting and that's been collaborating with us too, man. It's been a good year. We continue to just, grow and grow, man. So
we gotta throw the horns of that, though.
Oh, horns of that.
I'm gonna tell you.
Turn up, man.
Looking at that podcast last week, man, you see the growth from Tippy Tall. When we had Tippy Tall on, shout out to her. And she gonna be on in I think in September.
She's coming back.
But the clarity, bro, you got, man, listen.
Yo said
the clarity, that joint was fire, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Yo,
man. Look, my man.
Listen.
Look, my man.
Listen,
man.
It's all about when you build something, you grow, man. That's what it's about. Things don't just happen overnight, man. You got to continue to be consistent. You got to continue to want to learn. You got to be open to suggestions. You got to be open to asking for help. You got to be open to spending time. You know what I mean, on your craft, and not getting discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Having a passion, yo. Yeah. So, man, I'm just thankful, man. I'm just grateful that, I'm able to do what I do and support people that support me, and also just put out good content and quality content. That's what Moody Media is about. Quality, quick, fast content, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
Most definitely to that. So, speaking of content and putting a lot of good stuff out, now to our guests. We have a brother here that's multi-talented, who is going to set this podcast on fire. A lot of times in life, we struggle with finding our identity because of growth. Either way, sometimes we grow into a manifestation of what we intended to become years ago, and then we grow complacent into what we have become. Look, we look ourselves in the mirror, and to be honest, saying so much more. It's so much more out there. But truth be told, we're scared to take the next step because we're comfortable. Not literally, but understanding that the dynamics that the things that we throwing our way, and we know how to pretty much handle it accordingly instead of taking that leap so the problem won't ever exist again. So have we ever thought about those comfortable spots we reside in? Is it only temporary? Is it a 13-month lease? Do we have equity in a spot in particular? How do we build or relocate? Me personally, I believe it's only checkpoints in life, never a finish line. Until you die. I hate to be harsh, but that's the truth in my eyes. So whatever we become is room for an expansion. But if that ground can't afford the expansion, it's time to level up. Life isn't a game, but it has similarities. So let's find this power hour. I'm here to say it's in us. While our heart still beats us there, it's a beautiful opportunity to grow, which leads me to this title. I once was lost, but now I can see. We're going to talk about new life. We're going to talk about being sober. We're going to talk about being creative in whichever lane you choose, whether it's writing, daydreaming, imagining, any adjective we can use to help your vision become more clear. Because right now, our vision is the equivalent of us underwater with no goggles. And to help us talk about that on the Transparency Podcast is none other than my guy, Trey Soul.
Yeah. Thank for that. Thank y'all for having me, man. Honored to be here, man. Love. No worries.
How you feeling, brother?
Feeling great, man, with my brothers up here. So, I'm in a comfortable spot, you feel me? And it's just, everything is going good, man. A lot of blessings falling my way, and this is one I'm right here to be here with you guys. So it's all love, man. Straight up.
Dope.
Most definitely. Dope. I mean, but being a blessing to others that's around the community. So just to knock it out the park. Well, we ain't gonna start with that. Well, I guess the Power Hour. What made you start the Power Hour?
Power Hour. So last year, 2021, I want to say it was about July. Just where I live now, East Baltimore, I would go to Lake Montebello, see the guys out there working, doing the calisthenics all the time.
Yeah.
Then I'm seeing on the gram, I'm seeing a lot of guys at Drew Hill Park. And I'm like, hold up, why is everybody only working out in the city? I'm even seeing county people drive from the county all the way to the city to work out. And I said, they got a great thing going out there, different groups that work out. I said, nah, I need something like that where I'm from.
Where you from?
Yeah. So I hopped on the gram and I was just only asking a couple people on my story, like, yo, y'all trying to meet me at at Church Lane, come get busy with me. And it really came from watching my daughter play, on the playground. I'm just sitting there doing nothing. So I was like, let me get on this pull-up bar.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's where it really, was birthed at. And, man, so I saw that and I said, this is a lane I could take just to get a few people out. I didn't know it was going to turn into this, but, man, just started off something small. A small idea, ended up big. I asked the people that I rock with, what y'all trying to do? We hopped on Amazon, started buying equipment. And, when you got people around you that see your dream just as like you do, if not bigger, man, I was on a rocket after that. You feel me? So, it was a layup, man.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like a collaboration. I remember saying, because we won't get into your album, but on your song Power Hour, you mentioned J-Rock, right?
Yeah.
J-Rock, that's he like a little brother to me too, but I used to see him at the gym all the time, and he used to be doing all these crazy handstands and all that stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And y'all came together. It's kind of like how me and Moody came together, like growing up together, but you guys came together. So how influential, I can't get my words, look big, but you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at.
You know what he's saying. Yeah. You feel me?
How did y'all inspire to come together?
The funny thing is, J-Rock was one of the dudes I seen at Lake Montebello.
Oh, okay.
He'd be around there running and on the pull-up bar.
Yes.
So I'm like, what is he doing out here? So, we started talking, and I don't know, because I knew he was already on that type of time, and our relationship has always been solid. Once I hit him, he was just kind of like, tell me when. Like, we don't need to talk about it, just tell me when. And he was already locked in, so... Yeah, our communication just always been strong and it's always been love. So working with him is not like, it's a business partner. No, that's my brother. You know what I mean? So we really rock out with it, and he definitely behind me. So yeah.
So the Power Hour is you starting a organized fitness group, right? Mm-hmm. So you able to work with people or bring in people that are just like, I'm not going to say not used to training or don't train, or somebody who's doesn't know what they should even start with,
right?
Or like, or I know I seen a post with you about bringing the kids out. Mm-hmm. So like, just like explain. I know you explained exactly what it is, but I'm just saying, like, just a little bit more depth into like, if somebody wanted to be a part of it, or like, what is your target? Who you like bringing on with you, and exactly how the whole specifics about it.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, it's for everybody, and I know I made a one post on the Power Hour page because some people see people like J Rock and my man Power Man, they get intimidated by them doing all these flips over the bars, and I'm like, look, I'm not even on that level yet. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I want small children. I got kids out there, 2-3 years old getting it in, and then I got people in their 60s. My mother be out there working out, 60s, 70s. Yeah, they getting it in, and the whole thing, the way I try to push it is, it's a free-spirited event. Okay. You come out there and do what you can do. Okay. If the only thing you can do, like my homeboy, his mother had an issue with scoliosis. I didn't know that until we were 15 minutes in. Okay. And she was trying to get it, but I told her, and she hasn't walked in a minute. Her health was bad. Wow. But she took that long walk around Church Lane on the outskirts, and she said she felt so much better. And she just got so much life from being out there, and then her health started to improve. So look at that, man. We getting any and everybody amazing, on any level. And even if, say, we got a certain drill that an older person can't do it all the way, I'll set up a cone or something to say, look, just go here. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Do what you can do. And if you don't want to mess with the bars, the pull-up bars or the kettlebells, you can, like I said, you can do anything that's out there. But I got playing stuff for people too.
That's what it is.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, a lot of people get intimidated, like, cause I got a lot of friends, like my brother. He's like a personal trainer, and one of my best friends, like kind of like a person. He's in the CrossFit, and like working out with them dudes, you'll be like, yo, like it is insane, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But a real, true gym warrior, or whatever, a true disciple of that would show you, like, hey, you're not going to be at this level right now, but you can build to this level. But for right now, you can do the best that you can do. All I'm asking you is for your best effort. So I love the fact that you're encouraging people, no matter how, like, because some people can get irritable. Some people that's training can be like, man, come on, let's you know what I'm saying? And it turns somebody away. Get the help better. Yeah. So I appreciate hearing that, man, because people want to love doing it, and people listening to this going to be like, how can I tap in? Because now I can feel a little more comfortable.
Exactly. I need people to come back. I don't want you to come to the Power Hour this Saturday. We out there August 13th, and they like first 10 minutes, you like, oh, they doing too much. Right. You know what I mean? And to even follow up on what you said, Moody, as far as the help, like people coming with me, I do need more people on my team. So anybody that's into fitness, even if you don't know a lot about fitness and you just want to help, with recording videos or doing anything, you responsible for the water, the children. Right. I always need help because this thing is growing. We're at 40 people plus sometimes. Wow. I got a bus van full of kids coming next month from a program called I Am Mentality. So I'm gonna have more people out there as it grows. I definitely need more help. So anybody want to hit me up on Power Hour CL on the Instagram, holler at me, man. Always need help.
Gotcha. That's what it is, man. And just to be clear and clarity on this, is this a event that you do for free, nonprofit, or you like, are you a charge for this? I'm just just wondering what's the the basics of that. Yeah.
Everything's free. The water is free. I got the fruit out there. I got granola bars. Wow. I got everything.
Hold on, yo, clap it up for that. Clap it up for that, because that's amazing that, of course, that you're doing is just because you want to see people fit. You want to have, people out here, being active. And it's hot outside, man. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we already know right now it's hot. But, if you want to, get into good health, you still got to, dehydrate. You still got to be, exercise. But for you to just, do this and, not have a charge for it, you're basically doing it because you are passionate about it. Yeah. What I mean? And that's dope, yo.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I'm just sitting there listening because a lot of people, when people say, I heard this saying, like, if you're good at doing something, you won't do it for free. But, man, you're doing it for free, and not only just inspiring people to get their body together and things of that nature, but also inspiring people, like, whereas though, like, people don't have the money. Like people, like, it's I don't want to say it's a recession, but it's a lot. Things are expensive now. You go to the market, like, things are so expensive. And, like, a lot of people's excuse is, oh, man, I can't go to the gym. I don't got no money. And they truly don't have money. And what you're saying is, hey, we're doing this for free.
Free.
We're doing this for free.
Free.
And we bringing the kids, and we'll get a busload of kids to come to where we going to. Yeah. So, man, like I said, I applaud you for that. So, what made your journey change? Like, what started you to get into this journey?
I would say connected to family. It took me a while to even admit that, but I feel like about 7 years ago, with a death in my family, my aunt, just seeing a trend of family members pass away a little too early for me, and it hurt me, and I didn't know how to deal with I didn't know how to grieve through it. So it was more anger at the situation, and I was like, no, I got to find a different way to combat this situation. And as time went on, I started researching and looking at things. It was probably around 2017 I started making a little bit of a change, because I was like, I don't really believe in the whole hereditary thing. I feel like habits are hereditary. Like,
you're right.
If everybody in the house eats a whole bag of bacon every morning, then everybody's gonna have the same issues.
Right.
So instead of using, my anger, I said, what's the positive way to look at this? And then I just started, like I said, researching, looking up things about fasting and how to eat better. And then I started to notice that my attitude started to change with the dieting and fasting and working out. I'm like, hold up.
Yeah.
I know I had my issues like the next man, you feel me, with anger and not knowing how to handle myself. So yeah, I'm on Zen time, man.
That makes sense, because I do like a 12-hour fast every single day. Like, so I do a 12-hour fast, and like ever since then, you're right about that. I ain't never think about that. Your attitude does change.
You're sober. You feel sober. True. I just had that.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So a 12-hour fast.
Yeah, 12 hours.
So in that 12 hours, what exactly you not doing? So
I only can eat between 11 and 7, 11 a.m. to 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when you only eat.
That's only can eat. So from 7 o'clock at night all the way until 11 o'clock the next day.
Okay.
Can't eat anything.
Got you.
And I'm serious. My attitude has changed. I'm like, I never thought about that. That's fascinating, bro.
Yeah, it's real.
And fasting is important, of course. Just to like you say, just strip yourself of all of the wants and the needs. Not I say needs, but wants of the world, man. And I actually did a fast earlier this year in January, and I'm starting another one today. Actually, 21 days.
Yeah.
And no red meat, no alcohol, no sex. Trying not to curse, and not because I don't curse that much anyway. But just trying to be clear and have some good clarity on what's going on in the world, and working on myself. Praying every day. I do pray at night, pray in the morning, but I'm gonna of course continue with that over these 21 days. But do you change your diet? So you saying you are a vegan, or you don't eat no meat at all?
Yeah, I fluctuate. I like to just say plant-based, because depending on the day of the week, I could be on my vegan time, I could be vegetarian, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I try to stay away from dairy. So the dairy thing might be like a couple times out the month, but for the most part, I try to go on the vegan side of things.
Got you. That's what it is, man. Is it difficult to find, I ain't gonna say a good meal, because if you're eating vegan, of course it's all good, because eating living, stuff is not good. So it's all about, let me get that right. Eating dead things are not good,
right?
Like animals and stuff of that nature. But eating like life, like plants and fruits and vegetables, that gives you more life. So like, how long have you been? How long have you had? I know you said 2017, but like, that's what you've been doing since 2017, keeping that diet?
2017 in August is when I started, and I went on I probably did like 6 months strong, got all these results, and then I flipped back, and then I would dibble and dabble. But 2020 December is when December 1st I just said I'm done.
Okay.
So we approaching 2 years where I didn't do no dibbling and dabbling.
No, just straight vegetables, plant-based.
Yeah.
So where do you go to find like a good plant-based meal, man? And I know you maybe cook your own food, but let's say you out and everybody going out to eat something, they grabbing stuff from man, who knows? I ain't gonna name no restaurant. You know what I'm saying? They grabbing something from Windsor, they grabbing something from wherever. Yeah. Where do you go to get your meals from?
I was just at the Greenhouse on St. Paul Street.
Greenhouse.
Yesterday.
Shout out to the Greenhouse.
Man, they fire. Even the whole vibe out there is just great. it's definitely a spot for us. You know what I mean? As soon as you walk
Greenhouse.
in there. Yeah.
And that's what street is that on?
St. Paul.
St. Paul.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was my first time in there. It was love. I said I'm definitely coming back. Sprout 2.0. They got a new name. They moved from Catonsville to East Baltimore now, but Sprout is another one. It'd be some Indian cuisine places that have plant-based options. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Those are my good ones. You got Cheesecake Factory. If you ever there, they got a lot of plant-based options.
Yeah,
they do.
Cheesecake Factory.
Wow,
they got the best vegan. That's like a rice type burger.
Yep.
Okay.
It's fire.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's fire.
Try that.
Try that, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what it is.
It's also a vegan place. My daughter, it's right off of Dolefield Road down the street. I forget what it's called, but I took my daughter there. Right next to where Catonsville, not Catonsville, BCCC in Owens Mills is right where that used to be. Is right in that same.
I'm tripping. I go there all the time. Hugh Cafe. That's my people. Hugh Cafe. My bad.
That's what it is.
So it's one around here.
Get the peoples,
right down the street, man.
Get the peoples.
Yeah, because people think they gotta drive across.
I'm saying all these far joints. Yeah, Hugh is right there.
Where is that, and what street is that on?
Dolefield, and like
Painters Mill
and Painters Mill.
Dolefield and
Between
Painters
that
Mill?
intersection, like I said, right where that.
Hold up.
The gym. The gym is right across the street too. It's a gym.
Gold's Gym or something.
It used to be Gold's, but it's
They
still a
changed the
gym.
name.
It's
Yeah,
called like
yeah.
Powerhouse or something.
It's right past the subway station.
And
You
your
pass the
first left.
subway, yeah.
Your first
Okay,
one.
gotcha.
Before you get to Ricerstown Road, right in the middle.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
So if you drive past that intersection and make that, if you drive as if you're going to BJ's,
Yeah.
you going too far.
Okay.
Is that first left before BJ's?
Okay, so in that little intersection where I know what you're talking about, where Chibo used to be at, or you talking about before that,
It's
or like after
right
that?
before it.
Okay.
The turn right before it.
Right there.
Okay, I
Yep.
got you.
So it's right there, man. So I mean that.
Oh yeah, I know what y'all talking about now. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's definitely a lot of good vegan meals because like how you said the 21 fast. I did the 21 day fast at the beginning of the year in January, Moody, and that's what I was going. I went to the like what you just said, the Cheesecake Factory. I went to the Cheesecake Factory. Me and my son mother went there, and I got a burger there. I got that burger there, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So there's options, guys. You know what I mean? Let's
Definitely
not say it's an excuse that you gotta try it out. I mean, changing that diet does take time, though, man. Like you can't just flip the switch. You know, you gotta take your time and really do those things step by step. You know what I mean? Start maybe cut down this or cut something off and then work your way. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember we were about to get into this your album, but you said that you did I forget what song was it. You said you did a 48-hour fast.
48 hours. I fast 48 hours to get my mind right.
Yeah.
The enemy is the enemy. Yeah, I'm on that
enemy.
now.
Say it again. Only enemy
only
is the
enemy.
enemy.
Yeah, I got that from my pops.
This
He told
dude
me
got
that
some
one day.
got some fire lyrics.
He
So
told me that.
so let's talk about this album, bro.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's talk about this album, man. So what made you? First of all, that album cover is fire, bro. So let's talk about that manifestation. Because, like I said, I was talking to you off camera. Your first album, I remember. Your first album, you was on the front of your mother's yard. The cell phone with a big T-shirt.
Yeah.
And now this is you and Rico.
Yeah.
Y'all look like y'all part of y'all the Nation. Yeah, y'all the nation.
Yeah.
So what made you come up with that? It's fire. It's a fire album.
Man, I appreciate it. Just like I was saying, from Trigger Man coming out 2 years ago, basically giving my people what I knew they wanted, and then coming to this point where I was like, all right, I got y'all attention. Let me holler at y'all about something. You feel me? And I was going to put my message out there, but still, what they call it, like putting the medicine in the applesauce. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You're still gonna hear me talking that smack, but I'm gonna give you some messages in there, drop some jewels. But yeah, it was just me cleaning up my life. Like I said, about my diet, my attitude, how I approach things. I said, the biggest revolution for me right now is to change everything and show you how, where my mind is, because I don't dress like that on a regular basis. But let me show you how clean I feel in the inside.
That was a beautiful metaphor. I saw it. I see where you was going with that.
I just came up with that too. I'm proud of myself.
No, you should.
No, that was real.
That's
but
a beautiful metaphor, bro.
Man, I appreciate you, brothers. But yeah, I just wanted to show people like, yo, this is a different me. I'm cleaned up. I got myself together, and like I said, you're not gonna play with a man that come in there with a suit on because he mean business, right? So that's how I felt like I approached this music. Got with Rico, and he's always serious about it, and the album cover matched the music, so it just worked, man.
Shout out to Rico.
Yes,
for
sure.
Shout out. Rico got some dope beats for sure.
Yeah.
And that whole like rollout, that idea. That place where you at right at that moment and where you are now shows a lot of just good artistry. You know what I mean? So and when I was listening to some of the joints, I'm like, man, this joint is on some real revolutionary, like wake up type of stuff. But it wasn't like you was talking to us. You know what I mean? You was just giving a overall understanding of where you are, what's happening, what's going on. And it felt like it was genuine. You know what I mean? So. That's just fly that, somebody like yourself, of course, can be comfortable with who you are. And that's one thing about you that, I noticed as an artist and who you are. Because I think I first grasped when you dropped your, I think it was the same year I dropped my album in 2018. It was the
Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame, yeah. And I listened to that and it was like, oh, this is dope. I'm like, all right, you got some dope joints on here. Yeah. And I'm like, man, you from the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never really meet you like, genuine, like, just face to face. Because I probably seen you around here and there, but I don't think we really like crossed paths for real. But when I saw it, of course, I'm like, oh, you rock with the team, Church Lane. That's what it do. Like, I'm a support, bro. You know what I mean? And what I really respect, of course, is how you represent where you from. You know what I'm saying? You are who you are, and I really respect that. You know what I mean? And it's like you ain't gotta really front for nobody. You know what I'm saying? And now you moving into this realm, of course, like you're doing a lot of specific things for the community, and it's like, yo, it's nothing like seeing something like that. And it's like, I want to continue to do as much as I can, of course. And it's like, man, that's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, there's nothing wrong with telling another, but like, yo, you're inspiring over here. You're giving us good positive energy over here, and we can, continue to build that. You know what I mean? Because ain't nothing like seeing, especially in our area, man, for sure.
Yeah, most definitely coming together and, like you said, building. Because, like I said, a lot of people see somebody doing something very well, and they just they don't acknowledge it. Like, it's crazy because it's just like I'm. It's almost like I don't know what is going to be said to me. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't want it to be awkward after I compliment somebody on their things. And I don't give it. I compliment everybody on their stuff. I don't care who it is. Woman,
you rock with it.
Young, dude, whatever, But like you were saying, like, Travis, man, like, he got some interesting lyrics, man. Like I said, full disclosure, I'm not big into rap anymore. I'm just not, because stuff, to me, listening to it is poison. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff is poison. Just my opinion, like, because people look at things that are said and, like, go literally do it. Like, you know what I mean? And some people are living a lie. Like, you are trying to find your truth in someone's lie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's wild. But Travis got this song called Open Casket, man. He got this song called Open Casket, and I love that hook because I'm telling you, when my brother got killed, my mom was saying, like, I don't, and I'm not a killer. I ain't no killer, nothing like that. But I seen my mother upset. I seen my family. I seen the destruction that it did to my family. And all I could hear, I mean, the lyrics that Travis got on there, it says, don't come to my funeral. Go, what did it say? Go get them niggas who shot me, dog.
Wow.
No crying.
Wow.
No crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I absolutely loved it. Like, it turned, because it's like he's saying things in his music that I guarantee you people are thinking.
That's big, man. That's big,
man. You heard the passion behind it.
Definitely passion. Definitely passion.
That was relatable. That's what music does, man.
Yeah, music, and you should be able to relate to. That's what I'm saying. Like, he has a lot of substance in his music.
For sure.
And I appreciate listening to it.
And you're speaking of that, like, your music and, like, where you at, like, what artists, you know, we're not gonna go into. I mean, we could go into like who you top 5 and all that, but I just want to know, who do you love? Like, what artists do you love, or like what artists do you go to, or to get that inspiration, or growing up, you was like, man, I want to rap. Like, what artist did that for you?
Early on, like 7, 8 years old, it was Snoop for me.
Okay,
It was Snoop, man. I was more into West Coast music, and like you know, I get that reaction sometimes. Yo, you don't sound like you from here, or you know, they can't.
I can hear that.
And you were talking about AC. AC used to make me sit in his room and listen to Nas, and you know, I was listening to like Illmatic with him, and AZ. I wasn't really feeling it at 8, 9 years old. But think their lyrical level of the words they put in there. That's a lot for a night. That's a lot for a grown man.
No, that's a fact. AZ, I'm talking
about
about
AZ.
that. AZ is AZ. A lot of people don't know AZ. AZ is a technician. He is a technician for his music. He is a technician still. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but AZ, I had to give AZ his flowers. He is a technician, bro.
I'm glad you put that out there. But no, it was just like I got onto those guys more so late high school. I could really, you know, rock with it. But I had my own wave. You know, I was on the Cash Money wave with
I love Cash
BG
Money.
and all them. You know, I was big T.I. fan, and I was big on 50 in high school time. So I was super big Jadakiss fan. So I kind of took like all my favorite dudes and tried to put them in one pot. And then it probably came to like my early 20s. I think I started finding my niche. Like, what's my sound? Okay. Instead of like, you know, you hearing all these people thrown in like, nah, what's Trey Soul gonna sound like? Right. So once I got that wave, it was over after that. You feel me? So
that's some dope artists, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's some dope artists right there. That's definitely, you know, how we grew up. You know what I mean? A lot of those artists, you know, Jadakiss is one of my favorite, probably my favorite artist.
Still
going nasty to this day.
He dismembered the Dipset. Yeah, and I love Dipset.
And I was watching that versus the other day because it was a year.
Dismantled them by himself.
He that guy.
By himself.
So when they came in the game, it was just like, you know, with him and Mace and, you know, Jada, of course, Styles, you know, Biggie, and that whole time and the mixtapes time when they was spitting, it's just like it was a different type of rap. A lot of people didn't rap like that, yo, and they wasn't talking like that. They wasn't as flamboyant and slick and metaphors and, you know, riding over the beats and flows like the way they was doing it. And it was like that was a lot of inspiration for me, you know, hearing, you know, dudes rap like that in the mixtape game. Of course, Nas and, you know, Mobb Deep and, you know what I mean, like that was just a whole different type of like rap for me at that time. So Jadakiss will always be my guy to this day for sure. That dude.
We were robbed. Like if you really sit and think about it, like I God bless all the young rappers that passed away, but for us to lose Tupac and Biggie within a year, so it was so much like that. Man, what would Biggie have been? And the Locks and all that stuff, like all together. Like they made music together, but they were just kind of getting started together. Right. You know what I mean? And to hear that, like I know Jadakiss manifestation. Like listen, I love the Locks, I love them, but Jadakiss is on a different level than the Locks, man. But
you think because Styles is that guy, yo. A lot of people don't give Styles the recognition.
I give him.
You know what I'm saying? Styles is crazy.
Everybody died with Styles.
But we do know. You said what?
Everybody dies. I mean, no one lives with Styles.
Styles is, you know, he got, you know, to a point, you know, even with like where he at now, he still had that aggression, but you know, he speak a lot of just, you know, power, just you know what I mean, health, and he do what he do. But like you're all right. I'm not gonna lie.
He got the juices,
right? And I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying, like Kiss is on another level. We understand that. I mean, that's just me personally. Some people Styles is their favorite. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say that. You know what I mean?
It's his voice too. It's his voice. Jada got the raspy voice though, but
Jada that guy though, you know.
But Styles,
some guys are just that.
But Styles is someone that I think he was vulnerable. When he made, I think it was Gangsta vs. Gentleman, that album. Yeah. And he was talking about, I think that's around this time his brother died and all that stuff. So he got some songs that have a lot of substance. Jadakiss got some stuff too, but I think far as when they come together, they're very good. They were, and you can see that it's a genuine love. Like still when they did that verses, like they were all together. You know what I'm saying? They were
best
all
group
like,
of all time, you know?
Yeah.
Besides Wu, but you know, Wu, Mobb Deep, Locks. I mean,
Oh yeah, Mobb Deep. I was listening to them
Love
the other
Mobb
day.
Deep.
Now it's a rap session. Now we talk about rap. I was listening to Mobb Deep the other day. I was listening to the song with Nas. That came on the radio the other day. Y'all need to give it up. That giant, man, that giant is crazy. Then he threw Quiet Storm on.
Oh man, that's classic.
Murder Music. That's what the album was called. Murder Music.
Top album.
Yes. So I mean, it was a lot of great substance out, and I'm glad that you are. Like I said, you said you're taking a little bit of everybody and throwing it in your pot, and you found your own lane, man.
Definitely, man.
Definitely found your own lane, and then you got I did want to ask you about gang politics, because I loved how you came on that song, and you said I believe you said could have got married, but shit got blurry.
Yeah.
Like an old lady
trying to take a pic on my phone.
Trying to take a pic off the phone while your hand keeps shaking.
Yeah. I'm a sizzle like bacon.
I'm a sizzle like bacon. So what do you mean by that? Because I think I know what you mean by that. But
which line? The which one?
The whole
part.
The whole part.
Dang, that's a great question. That part, that's gonna be wild. We're gonna get an exclusive right here.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted,
man. Because I'm gonna tell you this. I write off the emotion of the moment.
Love it.
Okay. So I was in a relationship, and we was on that. We argued and took a break. You know what I'm saying? We just mad. We beefing for the moment. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And that's when I wrote that line. We were back together 2-3 days after it.
Okay.
So it was just a crazy moment where I'm like, man, could have got married, but I was just that mad that it came out in my pen. That's and then beautiful. Like a few days later, we got back together and it was all gravy. So, when people hear that, they probably like, dang, you just gonna say that? Like, nah, it was just I was a prisoner of the moment. You
know what? It gravitates to people that go through stuff like, because some people like marriage. Like now you look at it. Marriage is like a big thing. Like people get engaged and it's like it's a very big thing, and you really don't realize it. Like you could be talking to your shorty and be like, "Oh man, we gonna get married. Oh man, that's my future wife." Blah blah blah. This and that and other. But when you really sit and think about it, it's a big thing. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, women, wanted to be married back then, and the guys was the ones like kind of like shaking the door. Yeah. Now women are kind of in that mode because they like. Not even that they don't want you or don't want to be. It's just like I'm nervous. Am I going to be good enough for this man? Is because marriage, wife, I'm exclusive now. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I took that. I'm like, damn. When I heard that, I'm like, yo, that's how you gonna cut. That's the first line on that song too.
I think women still definitely want to get married though. But
gang
I know
politics.
Yeah, they definitely want that.
I was wilding, man. It was a moment. A lot of them songs be moments, and then it's moments when if I'm in a relationship. My shorty, she's sitting right there, and I'm writing. So I might mention just because that person is sitting in front of me. So it just depends.
Real life stuff.
Yeah, everything
you gotta put down in them joints, man. That's what makes it dope. Like real life situations, you know what I mean? Exactly. That's fly. And like, relationships, they're important, man, for us as men, man. We go through a lot and we need someone to lean on, man. We need someone to like, support and get that confidence, tell us like it's going to be all right, you know what I mean? Give us that battery in our back, you know what I mean? Like that's important. Like some people, be like, not saying some people, I don't know why I said that, but some men may be like, man, I'm gonna just hit these hoes. I mean, I'm gonna be out there doing this, and I ain't worrying about none of this. And they going home, just bored. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm just sitting here. I mean, I wish I had somebody to come home to. But you can keep calling up one little bitty, but it's like you still lonely though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, yo. But
people.
But it's out here, you know what I mean? But like having a companion is important, man. I think so.
I think it's very much so important, bro. Because like they help you see things that you need to see, but it's also the right companion too. Yeah. Like I'd rather be by myself if I don't have the right companion. And we figure it out, but I'd rather if it's not the right companion. Like if you're not gonna like support me and I don't support you, and we don't be. I mean, I ain't saying we gotta walk hand in hand every day, but we should make each other better. We definitely should make
each other better, man. That's the goal.
We definitely should make each other better. I mean, so like, cause you take pride in your lyrics, man. I mean, like I said, I was loving the album, bro, and it's only 30 minutes long too.
It's quick,
so it's real quick.
It's a ride from west to east,
right? It's real quick, right?
Yeah.
You said on this song, what is it called? Most High.
Okay.
And you said, "How do you love black people, but you cheat on your girl?"
You listen to all the deep joints.
Don't you know? Don't you know? That's the mother of the damn world.
Yeah. That was one. That was one of them lines. Yeah, I was having a moment. Just like I'm talking all this revolutionary stuff.
Yes.
Online and telling people how to love each other and black people how to love themselves.
Yes.
But I'm living a whole nother life where I can't gain the control that I need to love specifically this one woman.
Wow.
So talking to my friend last night, and I was telling her, I said, you know, the most revolutionary thing a black man can do is to commit to one black woman and love her properly. And she said, I'm going to go further than that. The most revolutionary thing that you can do is love yourself first.
Wow.
And then go commit to that black woman.
Bro. Nigga.
Who said shorty who said that?
Yo, what's
her name?
I'm gonna have to tag her on the joint.
Yeah, you gotta tag it because a lot of women do not think that way. They're thinking like about themselves, but I never heard like some of them might say you need to love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself first, how can you love someone else?
That's you know
what I mean?
Yeah, that's how we drop the ball.
And that is so because now you are going to different people searching for, how you said earlier, searching for different ingredients. All right, man, she got the salt shake over there. Let me get some of that salt. All right, let me get this meat over here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she got some nice dessert over there. I'm gonna go get that dessert over there. Oh, she do this, and now you creating. It's like the chick that you got is looking like the Megazord, the Power Ranger thing, because you know it's bringing the arm together, the other arm, the leg, and all that stuff, and it don't look complete because it's not the same color, nothing. It's not that same woman. You know what I'm saying? And so you getting like different parts. The Megazord woman. That's what you trying. That's what dudes looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Empty in the end.
and women looking for Megazords too now, I guess. You know?
True.
Most definitely, man. That's crazy, man. That's definitely crazy, man. So it's a lot of discipline in these relationships and things like that, man. You talking that stuff on that album, man.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Yeah.
So right now, I mean, not to get all into the relationship stuff because we're gonna get out of here in a little bit. But do you have a one woman that you with right now that you plan on being with for the rest of your life? I'm gonna just throw it out there. I'm just asking.
That's a great question.
I'm just asking. If not, hey, listen, check this out. Be honest, this is a transparency podcast.
I gotta keep it funky with my brothers, man. I would say I have someone in mind. You feel me?
Okay.
And with the progression that I've made over the past couple years, man, with therapy and loving myself and getting myself right. Definitely big therapy, big on mental health.
Yes.
And just finding different outlets to, you know, deal with, like you said, your desires and stuff fast and, you know, abstaining from sex and doing things like that. I done put that time in.
Nice.
So I just prepared myself to be the best husband now. So if you know, if I get to that road,
you're working on that right now.
I already studied for the
now
test.
You're ready. Yeah, that's what it is, man. And therapy is important, man. And like, you know, you doing individual therapy as well. I mean, you doing individual therapy on top of you doing couples therapy, or just individual therapy.
Oh well, I'm at the moment I'm single.
Okay.
Yeah. Individual. If I was in a relationship, I definitely would do the couple thing too.
Okay,
definitely.
Okay, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Hey man, because therapy, you know, it takes a lot for a man to just go do that, man. It's like, you know, now it's like the cool thing to do, like, yeah, you know, everybody doing the therapy, you know what I'm saying? But it still takes some vulnerability to go ahead and make that call, make that appointment, look for a doctor, sit down, talk, spill your feelings, be honest with that person. I mean, and it's like, you know, even with that, you know, we've talked on this platform about just having that companion, a person you can just rap to and feel like, you know, I'm not gonna be judged.
Right.
You know, I can go over stuff with you. I mean, we can talk about what's going on in the world, whatever. Me personally, whatever. But having a therapist is a good thing, man, because you know you don't get that I mean, you get that ear. You know what I mean? Of course, you're paying for it, but I mean, you still getting that time to get it off of your chest and speak that, because you know what I mean. Holding stuff in ain't gonna help, man. It ain't gonna help you.
It's not
For sure. Help. This platform right here is a dope platform to be on, because you know this is what it's about: getting that information out, talking, being honest, spilling out what exactly it is on your mind at the time. So that's what it's about, man. For sure.
Yeah, you definitely need to be vulnerable and identify your vulnerability, in opposed of just like acting like how you said, like I'm tough, like what you were saying earlier, Moody. I'm good, but you sitting at home missing a chick that you was just in bed with, but it's just like, I'm just gonna be hard and I'm just gonna stay home and be lonely. It don't even make sense. But even being vulnerable in anything, like I said, asking questions, trying to get better in life, man. And that's what I appreciate saying you, Travis. Like, you are definitely like doing things, and like you are becoming a leader. So it's definitely going to be women jumping at you off of the leader that you're becoming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, the right one. I mean, because women look at that, like, because there's guys out here that don't aspire to do it. They just don't, man. I wish my brothers would get better, like, with that. And like identifying, like I said, how they can get better. I look at myself. I always see what I can do to get better. You know what I'm saying? You're single, and it's okay. I'm single. It's life. But instead of sitting there saying I'm single and I'm broken or whatever like that, you gotta keep it pushing and learn how you can get better. Like how you was just saying, like, man, I just want to become the best Travis that I can become. You know what I'm saying? And it's powerful. It's powerful, Moody. Like it's powerful, man.
Dope. It's powerful. Dope stuff, man. Yo, so on this new season of Transparency Podcast, man, we stepping it up a notch. You know what I'm saying?
Stepping it up a notch.
We're doing big stuff, as you can see.
Yes, sir.
We coming up with a new segment here, just called Transparent Questions. You know what I'm saying? Just a few questions, it ain't nothing major. You already said we hitting you with these questions, but that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Just try and give good content out here to the people, something that can help them out, something that, they can enjoy listening to. Yeah. So I'm going to just, throw a few out there just to see what you think. So, man, first and foremost, what do you value more, like time with yourself or time with family?
I would say time with family.
Okay.
Definitely, because I don't get it as much as I would like to. And with me having, my mission, everything comes second. Okay. Children, your family. If I had a girlfriend or wife, everything comes second to the mission once I chose this life. Okay. So when I get them moments, I want family time. Definitely.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Man, what's your name, Moody? What's your name about? Because that's a real good question. I don't think it's a wrong answer.
That's what I was thinking too. It's not a right or wrong answer, man. Time with family is important, just like time by yourself is important to sit with your thoughts. But I do value time. I value both. But if I was to pick one, I'd say more value. What's more valuable to me? I'm gonna say time with myself, yo.
I think that's what I'm going with.
Not that I love time with my family, I really do. Yeah. And I really do value the time with like family I don't see that often. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Like if I don't my grandparents, aunts, I really value that time a lot. Absolutely. When we get gatherings and stuff, I really enjoy it. I'm that guy. I like to enjoy that time. But when I leave and then I come home, you know what I'm saying? Or like it might be a long day at work or something, or it might be something that you went through in life, something got on your nerves. Yeah. I like to come home and just sit by myself sometimes and just take that in, do something creative, maybe do something that I can get my, just think that I can just focus on something singular that I can focus on. Right. And I do value that, I value peace a lot too, you know what I mean? So
definitely peace.
Yeah, man, that just is what it is. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, because my family is beautiful. I love my family, but it is times that my family drives me insane. You know what I mean? And it might be a time where as though it's not a great time for me to be around them. And I've noticed over these years that I've been such a family man, but I put everyone in front of me, like everyone. My children, my mother, the mothers of my children when I used to be married, my wife, when I was engaged, my fiance, when we were together, I put everything in front of me. And like I used to be like tired, like physically drained from like everybody. It's like everybody's sucking you dry, and that little bit of time you get to yourself, you really don't get to enjoy it because you're tired.
That's a fact.
So like it's I think it's a happy medium. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna go in the middle between I think it's good time with yourself, and I don't think it's a right or wrong answer.
I think I'm by myself a whole lot. That's why.
Okay.
So when I see my peoples, I'm like, let's get it. I agree with both of y'all.
Yeah.
That's what it do.
Yeah.
All right. So that was a dope one. That was a good one. All right. So what about when you hit adversity? What do you do to overcome it, and like how do you get through it?
Okay. Adversity. I would say this goes back to what we just talked about, that time alone. I would have to sit still in it. Okay. Everything got to stop moving around me. I need to sit still, maybe fast, pray, talk to the ancestors. I got a mother tree I go to and have conversation with. I talked to the mother tree before I came here just to make sure, everything was going to be what it was going to be.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, man, pray over you brothers before I even got here. So
yeah, man, appreciate that, bro.
Always, man. So yeah, it's just adversity for me is just like, it's a part of life. So I've heard the saying, like, if you're asking for life, you're asking for pain. It's a part of it. You feel me? You want joy, but in order to have life, you got to have joy and pain.
That's
so true. If you want to be here, you got to deal with it when it comes.
Yes.
And I'm not going to trip about it. So I just try not to let trouble ever trouble me, and just sit still, let the storm, move around me, and then I go for it. Because I got too much to lose at this point. You feel me?
Damn, bro, that's fire, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely getting some good knowledge from you, bro. I ain't even going front. Like, that's what it is. And, like, that's the type of stuff that, we already, like, preach and talk. You know what I mean? But it's dope to just hear you actually speak your, what you're experiencing, where you coming from with it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about, for sure. You said the mother tree, man. I might have to get me a mother tree.
Yeah, the mother tree. I was sitting there thinking, I said, he driving some jewels, man.
I might have to get me a mother tree, man.
Yeah.
All right. I would say, we might as well say, like, when I deal with adversity, I was just going to say, like, I do like to, like, just take my time, and, like, even though the walls may come, moving in, or it's like so much going on, I'm like, man, this is getting on my nerves. Like, what's going on? I do like to just center myself and just think, like, just sit in it and not, like, overreact, not, like, lose my cool, not, like, do something drastic, you know what I mean? Because ain't nothing worse than doing something out of anger, you know what I mean? So I like to sit in it and just, like, just try to understand, like, why is this happening? And I try to figure it out, like, God is trying to teach me something, you know what I mean? So that's what I start to think when some adversity hit me. And, I do pray, try to get some good rest, maybe a good meal, you know what I mean? Just something to just up my spirit, you know what I mean? But I keep my joy, you know what I mean? I just really try to keep my joy in any given moment, because even though something happening, you still got to, try to have some joy in it, you know what I mean? So that's just what I think. What you got, something?
Yeah, I think one of my guys told me, because I'm an emotional dude, and when the wall's closing in, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm claustrophobic, bro. I just be like, yo, what's gonna happen? And but a study, one of my guys told me, he said, hey, bro, all you can do, you can't handle everything at one time. So you gotta find, like, the most important thing. You gotta identify what's the most important thing to handle, and put everything else in a box. And when you have completed that one thing that you have done, go attack the other thing, because it's going to be like a swarm of things that hit you, you know, when adversity hit. But I might as well be transparent. I was having a hard time with my daughter this entire year. Okay. You know what I mean? We wasn't talking on the phone. I was calling her. She thought that I was, like, trying to attack her, but I was trying to be a father. And when parents are not in the same home, her mother's telling her one thing. I can't really defend myself. You know what I'm saying? So it was almost make it seem like I was attacking her. But what I was trying to do is, my daughter wasn't making it to school on time, and I was trying to see what I could do to help her. So fast forward now. God blessed me with a company vehicle. So I have a company vehicle, and my daughter's driving my car. She's gonna pick me up from here, but my daughter, she's driving my car now, and that's gonna be her car, eventually. But also, we wasn't talking to each other, we wasn't seeing each other. And my daughter called me on Thursday, and I ain't gonna lie, I had time to myself. I kind of dropped the tail on it. My daughter was like, Dad, something going on with my mom. I need to stay with you. And I said, say less. and my daughter been with me that time, and I was just like, wow. From the beginning of the year to not talking to my daughter at all, like reaching out to her every single day, trying to see what I can, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and she's 17, you know, going on 18. So she has she's growing into a woman. Yeah. And a great kid. She's a great kid. I know she has greatness in her. But again, she's emotional like me too. But she's a little immature. But she, even now, she goes to a therapist, and she grew into something, and I'm just like, wow, and I'm just happy, man. So dealing with the adversity, I could have walked away, because there's a lot of guys that say, man, F this, man, my kid ain't here, the mother doing this, blah, 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 you feeling sorry for yourself? I just say all this stuff to say that stay consistent, believe in what you believe in, and you will get to where you need to get to. And my daughter's right here now, so it's amazing, man.
Big Jules, big story time with the homie, man. You know, and that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope to hear, man. Like, we not going to appreciate that, because those moments like that where you was able to be like, come on, ride with me. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means a lot as a father, seeing you do what you do as a father, man. So
yeah, because guys can be like,
respect to that.
Oh, you calling me now? Now you need me? Nah, you don't do that, bro.
You don't
do that.
No,
and not to mention, and when I seen her mother one time when I dropped my daughter off, I went up to her. I gave her a hug and I said, I love you. I'm praying for you. Have a great day. And she was like, thank you so much. And now we talk, man. We cool, and that's all it need to be, just cordial stuff. It don't need. I think the problem is when people split up, and we ain't been together for years, but I think the problem is, it's like baby mama, I can't, baby father, blah, 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 as black people. Because I done met some white people that got great relationships. Now I'm going further. I got a friend.
Going in.
I got a friend, and she's white. She's from West Virginia. We met Melissa. She cool, man.
Okay.
And her baby father left her, right, for another woman. Had a baby with the other woman.
Sheesh. And
sometimes she babysit their children, and I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, wow, what made you do that? And she said, that's not the child's fault. She said, that's not the child's fault. It's not the child's fault. But understand that that's my children's siblings. So I want them to grow together. And that it takes a strong individual.
I'm gonna say, yeah, it takes a lot. And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that story right there, I mean, that's definitely some white people stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. Definitely. But like you're saying though, it takes a certain person to do that. And not saying it's white or black.
Right.
A black person probably do that somewhere in this world. I'm not saying they don't. You know what I'm saying? But it's rare. But man, I don't even like the wish stuff like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's great to hear someone had that type of heart, man, because you don't get that often. But
you don't get
that's
that.
definitely some white people
and
stuff.
It's like I
just gotta keep it. I gotta be transparent.
You keep it a stat. But
you ever heard anything like that, Trace? I'm just saying. Have you ever heard a black person do something like that?
But it's
absolutely not.
But it's normalized. It's normalized to have that anger and disdain for the baby mother.
And you shouldn't though. You shouldn't though.
Whereas though this lady laid on the table, whether she a crack fiend, whatever she did, she sacrificed her body to have your child. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I always try to come back to when they get on my nerves. You know what I mean? And I try to have respect. We don't need to talk, but I will always have that respect for them. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm not going to cuss them out. I'm not going to say nothing. They can say whatever. You know, they can. My daughter mother gave me a Bone Thugs and Harmony text message thread. I ain't even respond because it was a whole bunch of.
Let's say Bone Thugs.
You know what I mean? A whole bunch of nasty stuff said, like mean. Yeah. But I didn't respond to it because just respect for my daughter, and you know, and not saying it's okay for a mother to talk to me that way, but at the same time, I got to be better than that. So what I'm getting at is people got to learn how to, you know, whatever this person did to you, man, you don't got to love them. You don't got to be around them, but just respect and just don't give them that energy, man. I'm not giving no crazy energy to people that don't need to have that. You know what I'm saying? Because people go through things, man. People be bad on stuff in their own home. You're not in that house and like I said, but if you are a man of God, or if you are a person that's trying to move in that direction, like what Travis said, like he on a high right now. When you on that high, it's going to be something trying to grab you down. And my whole point is, you just got Derrick Henry. What's his name? Derrick Henry got stiff on him.
Yeah, man.
Stiff up off him.
It takes a lot, man, to do that. You know, it takes a lot of growth. You know what I mean? We won't sit
It's
here.
growth.
We're not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, you can just do that. No, it takes time. It takes
time.
growth. It takes
Definitely
a lot
takes
of
time.
like, you know, just growth as a person. And like speaking of that, like what like bad habits did you get rid of that get you to this moment where you at right now?
Great question, man.
You know what I mean?
Great.
It's a real good question, bro.
Bad habits. Definitely, you know, we talked about the diet and everything. So a lot of food, smoking, had a, you know, bad nicotine habit. Took me like 9 years to quit. Alcohol, used to drink heavy, pot pills, all type of drugs, you feel me? So a lot of people see me on Instagram now, and they see me, you know, cleaned up and looking a little fit and lost weight. They seeing the after, you feel me? They're not seeing the before when I was really going through it.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of bad habits, man. But the biggest ones for me, besides the, you know, the alcohol and the drugs, is like we was talking about earlier, attitude, anger, dealing with frustration, not knowing how to respond just because someone don't agree with what type of time I'm on. You feel me? So I think that was one of the biggest habits that I dropped, was just, you know, thinking off like impulse and just going and not taking those few seconds to say, hold up, bro, sit down for a few seconds.
Relax.
Do some breathing, you know what I mean? And then come back to it. Like, I don't even make decisions. If it's a Monday and you hit me up, yo, Trace, we trying to do blah, 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 I'm gonna say, Moody, I'm gonna hit you back. I'm gonna get with you tomorrow. Because I need to sleep, think, pray, and then, you know what I mean? Unless it's something super simple, you feel me?
Gotcha.
But if it's something I need to, you know, really put some time in, I just used to move too fast. So the biggest thing that I dropped is just slowing down and you know, just changing my life. But yeah, plenty of bad habits, and I like to tell people all the time that you can follow the path that I'm on because I was at the extreme level. And I want people to know that, whether it was doing drugs, selling drugs, doing other things, you know, that I probably can't even say on here, but it was reckless.
You can say what you need to say on this, the Transparency Podcast, brother.
But yeah, just being a criminal to the fullest, and it was just like, you know, it was a moment. So I don't like people to ever say, well, I'm gonna stamp him as this, because it was a phase. You know, just being young, reckless, and basically what a lot of guys in our community do, you take on this image. Right? You build up this character, and then you start being a character, you forget that that's not even you. So when y'all see me saying, oh, Trace changed, or he did this, I didn't change. I just went back to the little kid that you knew.
That's what I was going to ask you about this. So because I think it's fascinating. My mother and father, we lived in Park Heights, and my brothers was selling drugs, and my mom and dad thought that we was going to get killed down there, so they moved us from Park Heights to Randallstown, and it was predominantly white people out there. When you know, I met you and everybody out there. So in living in that area, how did you fall into where you became? Like far as like selling drugs and
doing all that wild stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I learned in therapy, going back to AC, we was talking about Aaron Cook. She asked me about like who played my big brother role as a child, and then she asked me to describe him, and I described him being an athlete. He didn't do any drugs. He didn't sell drugs. I never seen that man smoke or drink a beer in my entire life.
Wow.
You feel me? Most positive influence you could find as a brother. And she said, when did Aaron leave your life? And he went to college around the time I was probably about 16. I noticed my grades started to slip. I started to hanging with other people. And then a couple years later, going to college, I just started hanging around people that were into that life. AC is playing college ball. 4 years later, he goes to play professional in overseas.
So now he's real far away.
Yeah, so and he wasn't the only one. I had other good brothers around me, but he was probably the biggest influence on me. And I'm hanging with everybody that does the opposite. You feel what I'm saying? So I fall into that life, and even though I seem like a leader on the outside amongst my boys, I was just a follower and I was lost. So
Wow.
Came back.
To admit that.
You feel me? That's what therapy do. You feel? I would have never even pieced that together when she asked me like, "Well, when was he in your life? When was he gone?" And not to put that on my brother to say, "Yo, you left me or nothing," but I'm just looking at
man, why you leave my man like that now?
I'm looking at a timeline of who you are around. So when parents say, "I'm raising my children the correct way," right? Which my parents did. Great home I came from.
Right.
No trauma, no crazy stuff.
Yep.
But what happens when your child goes outside?
Bro,
when the neighborhood gets you, and like you know, Reds was telling me one day, he said, "Trace, no matter what you did,
shout out to Reds." He said, "Reds."
Yeah, Reds Davis, man.
Reds Davis,
he said, "Man, everything you've done in life, whether it was hooping or the power hour or being a father, you took everything serious and went all the way." So when I did the whole selling drugs and all that, I jumped all the way out there. You feel me? Anything I do, I go super hard. So that's why I have to watch what I signed up for.
You said you gotta chill out for a second and evaluate.
Get it together. Woosah, man.
Yeah, that's big, man. Yeah. That is big. That's real. That's powerful stuff, man. And like I'm glad that therapy, because like you said, you sending your kid like the last thing. I mean, you got children. You got three daughters, three beautiful daughters. And the biggest thing, I pray every morning, every day for my family, my children, to keep them protected, because you can't send your kid out in bubble wrap. You can't. Like, it's impossible. Your kid gonna get cut. Your kid gonna get beat up. Your kid gonna get slapped in the face. Your kid gonna be in a fight. Your kid gonna get broken up with. Your kid is gonna it's gonna be horrible stuff to happen to your kid. The only thing we can do is trust that we can teach them, and that's pray to God that society is a little bit easier on them than other places. It's scary. It's a scary thing, man. But I'm glad you came out of that, and I shout out to Aaron, man, for just being a big brother. Yeah, definitely. Because I had a big brother in my house, and William Swan, he used to, everything that he did, bro, like he made sure, like if he did anything wrong, like I'm telling you, like infidelity, anything, he'd be like, do not do it. And I always was very, very respectful. I respected my brother more than I respected my father in that sense, because my brother was telling me stuff that, you know, my father was a pastor, so he wasn't, and my father's 30 years older than me. So he kind of was like on this other high, like God is this, God is that. And when you're young, you just kind of like, God, man, God, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But my brother was talking to me and like kind of keeping me straight. I made some mistakes, but it could have been a lot better. Worse if I ain't had that brother.
Similar background. Bros. Yeah, and I learned something in one more thing in therapy, that they say a lot of little girls, they look for family in the home. They want the love from the dad. They want the love from the mom. A lot of young boys, we go outside and look for family. You grew up around the way, you know how we were.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody was close.
Everybody was close. So you can look for the wrong family sometimes. And
you can.
You know how that go.
Yeah, man. That's a blessing that, you know, you realize that. You know what I'm saying? You know, from experiences I grew up, you know, those areas, and, you know, looking up to my bros, like they did a lot of stuff, and they didn't like show me like, yo, you shouldn't do this. I would just see what they was doing and be like, man, I ain't doing that. You know what I mean?
That's a special characteristic, bro.
Yeah, and then I'll do something and I would get in trouble, and I'd be like, man, I shouldn't have did that. That's what they was doing. Like, why am I doing this? You know what I mean? So yeah, I just had a keen sense of like, I didn't follow people. You know what I mean? Like I would, of course, around the homies I was with, I would do stuff just because, just doing it.
Right.
But then it's just, I started getting to a point growing up like, yo, I just got to try to figure out my own thing. You know what I mean? I'm a smart kid. I just can't be doing what everybody else is doing, man.
Wow, bro. Wow. Yeah, that's good, bro.
Yeah, man. But, you know, I do also look at, like, you know, not having my father around as much as I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, of course, my father went through some drug abuse, and, you know what I mean? He wasn't around as much as I would like him to be. And like I said, my brothers wasn't like really out there like showing me like, yeah, you should do this, that, and the third. Like I said, they would show me stuff, but it was always not the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But they protected me. You know what I'm saying? They always looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just like life skills and stuff like that. And like my mother did a lot. Of course, my mother was, you know, just this amazing woman. But like I said, once you get to a point where you started doing things on your own, like, and I was gonna ask you that too, like like a mentor, like who do you like? Who do you look at to like right now, like that mentors you, or like somebody that you can go to and, you know, get some advice from and stuff like that? Because I was just like me just thinking about that, because I didn't really have someone per se that I had at that moment, you know what I'm saying? Right. But you know, as I get older, of course, you know what I mean, those relationships, you know, I start to, you know, grow those relationships. But like, who do you like look up to or look out for you?
To, you know, to take it off of the brothers, and it's nothing against the brothers, but black women, man. Black women is my source of wisdom.
Yes.
I go to my sister, who, I mean, it was a dark time I went through when she spent 2-3 hours on the phone with me every day. And she got her own problems, she got her own family, and she walked me through it. Wow. My sister would be at the top of that, but I have other friends, you know, that are just brilliant women. So, you know, I always say, like, what y'all see me doing with the community stuff and all of that, I'm in the front, so I look like the big man in charge.
Right.
But it's the women that are behind that are giving me ideas and little jewels to make this thing go.
Shout out to the women.
So anything you see me doing, a black woman is behind it, whether it's an album cover or a song track list.
Oh, that's dope.
A black woman signed off on it. You feel what I'm saying?
That's dope.
I get a lot of wisdom from them. But yeah, definitely great friends that I know, and my sister, man, she definitely put me in that position to just like sit still, get my life together, and she gonna root for me. You know how big sisters are. You feel me? Especially mine.
That's what they do.
Yeah, that's hard.
I don't got no sisters, man. That's a real thing. You got sisters?
No, I don't have. Well, my cousin. I know, right? Like, yo, so
I do not know what it's like to have a sister.
So
bro.
my cousin Lily, Sayla Lee. She's my sister. We grew up together. She's my cousin, but we pretty much grew up in the same house. She would spend the night over our house. We would spend the night. My cousin Phil too was her brother. You know Phil. Phil went to school with us.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Phil Cox.
Shout
out Phil Cox. We talk even to this day, man. We talk every decision that I make, whether it's like Travis said, until I have that significant other. I mean, and I guess, like I said, it comes from my mother too. My cousin is like really like on it. Like I'm listening to a lot of church services because of her that make me feel whole. Like the stuff that I'm listening to. Like I only used to listen to new psalmists. I only used to Pastor Thomas. Like that's all that was. Bishop Thomas. Right. Now I'm listening to different Sunday services to get my mind right. And not only that, it's not just Sundays, it's during the week. And she'll send me something. Well, shit, it's good to have, like he said, a black woman behind you to help you navigate through life, because she's giving you a woman's perspective. But I'm getting different. It's great balance, because it might be a dude that I might talk to a dude. He might not have. He don't got the tools in his toolbox to. Like you got to find a person with a toolbox that got the tools in that toolbox.
That's a fact.
To help you get better. Like you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way you gonna get it done if they don't got a tool. You just gonna be sitting there. Y'all just gonna be sitting there at the problem forever. So you move to the next solution.
No tools.
You know. So
no tools and no jewels. Like, come on, what are you dropping? Nothing. You got anything?
And I got
something.
And I got homegirls. So I got a whole bunch of homegirls that I talk to about things in life, and they hit me back with things in life too. Questions that they have from like a man perspective, because I think my perspective as a man is a very fair evaluation. It's not like I sit and be like, man, you stupid or blah blah blah. I never call anyone stupid for something that they're thinking, unless it's real stupid. Now if it's real stupid, then it's like,
unless it's a term of endearment, like what it do, stupid.
Yeah, what it is, dummy.
Unless it's that, you know what I mean? But we don't just call people stupid, really. You know what I mean? Unless it's like I said, term of endearment. It's a Baltimore thing, you know what I mean? You already know what it do.
But yeah, man, just talking, getting that female perspective. And my mother's a little older, so her perspective might be a little off. So that's why I talk to my cousin. I talked to my cousin, and like my best friend, I call her my sister too, Chanel. And also, fellas, like if you have that woman in your life, like try to look at her as a sister. If that's really your sister, you calling her sister, use her as your sister, man. And she calling you brother, use her as your brother. Don't be looking at her like, man, that's my sister, and be trying to crack her, man. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Crack the knowledge that she got in her head, man.
Every bro ain't a bro.
Yep. Hey, man, he got bars days over here, bro.
Man, that's what it is. That's what it do. That's what it do. Man, you know, I think we definitely got some good inspiration, man. Again, you know, we got a lot that we gonna continue to build on with you, man, because you always welcome here, of course, at the Transparency Podcast and the Content Complex, of course.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You're a real stand-up dude, man. Shout out to the whole Church Lane. You know what I mean? I used to love going up there and hoop at Church Lane too, man. We used to fry up there. Let you know we used to
we're gonna have to do
you know,
a
I'm
reunion
from
game or
Savoy.
something.
You know, I'm from no, we will, yeah. You know, I'm from Savoy, so you know we would go to Winfield. We would, you know, that was our court.
Yeah. That's our backyard.
We would definitely hoop up there. A lot of people would, a lot of Church Lane dudes would come up there and hoop too. So you know what I mean. We'll go to Church Lane and hoop though, man. We would love to go up there and fry because it was bump up there, and the dudes up to Church Lane was nice. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. But we will go up there and definitely get bump up there.
It's funny how it's different now. Like how it's all love now. Remember how back then it was like even when we was playing football. I never was good in basketball. Never. Not a day I was good in basketball. But when we played football. We played football.
That's different, though.
People was coming from old court, and like we was just going back and forth. I remember my guy Khatib. Remember Khatib?
Oh yeah.
Khatib Oliver. And always been real slick. He be doing this little photo shoots now on Instagram. I always messing with him, man. He doing this little photo shoot. Always was slick. Shout out to Khatib.
Right.
And Michael Bowie. Remember Michael Bowie? Real good football. Yeah. These guys was legendary to me. But they used to come from old court. And they come to Church Lane, we play football, man. And it was a battle with that too.
I'm definitely not playing with Michael Bowie. Like I just remember what he looked like.
Yeah,
I'm not lining up.
He was like a man. He was like a man. He looked like a man. Come to say that he looked like a straight up man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Michael Bowie. Yeah.
So that it's definitely good that it's all love now. Because it used to be like rivalries, like you know what I'm saying. Oh, you go in Milford. Oh, I'm in Ramsey. Oh, I'm in Woodlawn. Oh, it's a rivalry, and now it's like it's all love. Man.
That's how it is. Man, we grown now. You know what I'm saying? We here to try to build the generations up now, man.
Most definitely.
Continue doing what you're doing, bro, and like I want you to continue to like inspire us, man, and like just tell us whatever else you doing, what else you got going on.
Real quick.
No, go ahead.
Real quick. Because I was just thinking about this because you talk about the black woman, black this.
Black woman, yeah.
The misconception, because we did talk about that you did want to talk about that.
Okay.
The misconception of, you know, like people thinking like, oh man, this dude is just pro black and he don't like white. You know what I mean? So
let's get into it.
Yeah, I'll be quick on that, man. That's a message I want to get across is because I come off my message is pro black, but that's appropriate behavior. Every race, every group looks out for their group first.
Absolutely.
My group got the biggest problems in the world, so I'm going to attack our group and make sure we straight. However, that misconception of me being pro-black means I'm anti-white, that's just the biggest lie, and you would have to go ask the white people that know me. They love me to death, right? So I also want to say that with me helping black people with addiction and diet and fitness and all of that, I help probably the same amount, if not more, white people. You might not see it on the page. It's more low, you know, on the phone or a DM or whatever the case may be. But white people reach out, and so that is what it is. But I'm pushing love, man.
Right,
love. If you got issues with me, you coming at my family or whoever it is, then you know I definitely ain't gonna extend the same hand.
Right.
But I'm also aware. I know our people problems.
Right.
I know their problems. I know, whether it's Asian, whoever you are, I read and research so much and then I study people. I just have a good understanding. So I ain't no fool, but I get what's going on. But it's just love, man. I approach everybody the same way.
So
nothing wrong with that, yo.
So all love, brother.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to get that out.
I appreciate that, brother.
Definitely want to get that out there.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. And like you said, continue to do what you do, man, and just speak on anything else that you got coming up or the things that you're working on, so people can get involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, for sure.
The Power Hour, we got 4 of them left, but I'm going to continue them. August 13th, 27th, and the 27th, September 10th, and September 24th. Come up Church Lane, get with us, get busy from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I will find a way through a studio. My boy Ross is doing great work with me too, introducing the yoga to what I'm doing, and people really loving that. So yoga is a big thing that our people need to get into. So I'm going to work with him and my man Joe so I can keep the Power Hour going through the winter and we can have like an indoor spot.
That's dope.
So still follow the page. This Saturday coming up, August 13th, after the Power Hour at 5 to 7 p.m., I'll be doing my first Power Talk. That's a 2-hour workshop I'm having with 20 children. You know, you had to register in my bio. And I'm just going to be educating our children, man, on history, on things we talked about today, man. Dealing with peer pressure. Yeah, real black history.
Yeah.
You feel me? The history, all the stuff you're not going to get in school, I'm going to give y'all within 2 hours, you know, and then we're going to continue that also in the studio. Every month I'm going to do a power talk. So instead of us complaining about our children being miseducated, I'm taking that over and saying, look, bring your children to me. I'm going to get them right. I'm going to teach them, like I said, about loving themselves, self-love, and how to love other people, talking about diet, you know, all those things. So
that's dope, man.
What's the
Instagram page?
Power Hour CL. Power Hour CL. I follow everybody back. I show love. You know, I receive love. It's all love. You feel me? So Power Hour CL. And then my Instagram, my personal one is Trace8700. So tap in on both pages and just reach out to me, man, because I'm here to help. And like I said, I'm not asking for money. I don't need nothing from you. I just need you to help yourself.
That's dope.
So when people come to my Power Hour, I say, I love y'all for loving yourself to come out here. Not me, because I don't want you to come out here for me. Come out here for yourself. You feel me? Yeah, so it's all love, man.
That's fire, man. And like, you know, to take to another level, I know, like you said, you're doing this for you, man, but definitely, you know, I would think you got a dope nonprofit, man. Or you start to look to get some buildings, look to, you know, really try to continue to build this thing and get it legitimate so you can get the county behind you and get the city behind you and get some funding so you can get more resources. And not saying you don't have them now. I'm just saying, like, it's just, I think it's just dope what you're doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So all the support you can get is always going to be good. You know what I mean? So like you said, if anybody want to come out to Church Lane, come on out on Saturdays, man. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., man. Shout out to Trace Soul.
Man. Shout out to you brothers, man. I love this whole episode. I think this is going to be the best one.
It's definitely top, dog. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely a top episode.
It was great, man. The energy was just amazing,
definitely up.
man.
Definitely up there. And hey, dog. When we put man, it is what it is.
Man.
Top episode right here. Shout out to you, bro.
Appreciate you, brothers, man.
For sure, man.
Love.
No doubt, man. So I hope that y'all love this podcast. I go by the name of Big O. No, wait a minute. I'm so tripped out. I hope that you love this podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Do that.
I go by the name of Big O. I got my man Moody here.
You already know.
And our first guest of season 2, Trace O.
Yeah. I'm in here. What's that?
And this is the Transparency Podcast.